All right, looks like the stream is up. Stream it up. Is up. Stream it up. That was weird. I heard myself for a second. Okay. Anyway. Hey, look at that. Back here doing this deck talk thing. So, last night I actually went on a 7-2 run in the Quick Constructed Arena. I felt pretty good about it, too. And it was with this very non-conventional Angel deck. I'm actually going to go back in with and try it again. Constantly running into blue-black control, constantly running into red deck wins, blue-white approach. I'm tired of it. So the deck that I ended up making is a little bit different. It's a lot of it different, honestly. It's just black-white control with angels as creatures. There's nothing fancy going on there. And I'm curious as to how this meta is going to end up shaking out because we don't have Kaladesh in MTGA specifically. Boy, it'd be great if I could get land, though. I ran into this a lot last night, too, where I was getting 2 land hands, and it just isn't working out. Or, my mulligan gives me a 1 land hand, which is worse, obviously. At least I got something to work with there. But without having Kaladesh in MTGA and with Kaladesh and Amonkhet rolling out in the fall, I'm wondering how it's going to end up impacting the kind of larger meta of not just Magic, paper Magic, but also MTGA trying to. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, honestly. And here, this looks like we're doing blue-black control, as you can see. And this blue-black control deck just basically runs counter spells, creature destruction, and then they are banking on your creatures to come out and get blown up so that they can play the Scarab God and he can steal your creatures out of your graveyard, make them 4/4 zombies with their powers and activated abilities. It gets really tricky because I've got to be careful about how and when I play my creatures because there's a good chance he's going to counter them. There's a good chance that my cards don't do any good because all of my creatures are big. So I'm not playing them till turn 6, 7, 8 most of the time. And it's actually probably the deck that I struggle most with my weirdo black-white angel deck. But I've got Lyria in here, and a couple of Sarah Angels, a couple of Shalai, Voice of Plenty. I think it was 1 or 2 more angels I put in. I don't remember which ones they are. And then I've got Ravenous Chupacabras just as a kind of not as a creature necessarily, but more as a creature destruction. Just a way to blow their stuff up. And we are turn 5, I still haven't drawn any more land. And because he's not playing any creatures, I can't do anything. But since I'm fairly certain of what kind of deck he's playing, I also know what to get rid of. Hopefully I'll have the opportunity to go up against a red deck wins. This deck works really well against them because I just basically continually deny their creatures. It's kind of the same way that blue-white approach deals with red deck wins. Red-green aggro is another thing that's been coming up a lot lately, and it's got some potency to it. I still deal all right with it with this deck. largely because I just shut their stuff down constantly. He's going to counter that. Yep. There you go. There's something in my graveyard for you, buddy. Now that I've had to discard 2 cards already. Now, this is the other thing they run. It's actually one of the other cards I run too, for the same reason, because it's just a good solid card to slap him in the face with, lack of a better word. And even if he does counter that, I'll bind it later or something. I'm not too worried about the Tetsumoc. How do you say that? Tetsumoc. Whatever the hell he's called. He's a pain in the neck. That's what I call him. Yeah, I took too long. He's way too on board. And I guarantee he's got 3 or 4 counter spells in hand already. And if he doesn't, he can just go dig for him because he's got the mana. Yeah, look at that. Chupacabra for the win. Always good. Always a good time there. He'll probably kill it in a minute anyway. Not that I'm worried. The only point of it, the only point of it really is as a creature destruction and to put a body on the board at the same time. Against a red deck, that's actually really important too. Because most of the time they're putting out so many creatures, you don't have time to set yourself up. Sometimes you just need to get creatures on board and get moving. Oh, good. I can try and bind it now. Well, he's still got mana open. That's the problem. But I don't think he'd have played it if he didn't have a counterspell in hand. So I think what I'm actually gonna do. Let's try and play Sarah. I still would bet dollars to donuts he's holding a counterspell. He's actually got the mana to pull back either my Chupacabra or my Angel of Condemnation or Shalai, and any number of things. Surprisingly, he went for Condemnation. Maybe it's not surprising, I don't know. It's still legendary, so I can't cast it down, but I can eviscerate it. Damn, maybe I should have tried to put the binding on him. Jeez. It doesn't matter. This game's a wash anyway. I couldn't get my mana base online fast enough, and he came in and clean swept the crap out of me. And I'm telling you, I love Magic the Gathering. I've been playing this game for 20 years, since the original Invasion block. But we have the slowest and most obnoxious players on the face of the planet. That's one of the things about Hearthstone that I really did enjoy, is that the games were relatively quick. Even if they took a while, we could get through them quickly enough, like 10 to 15 minutes tops. I've had Magic games in here against any kind of control deck, and we're going 30 minutes solid. Boy, it just drives me up a wall. That was a disgusting loss. But I mean, on the other hand, blue-black control, it gets there. I've got a deck built for it. I need to go in and tweak it a little bit. Mine's a little more on the discardy side. I prefer Torment of Scarabs and Trespasser's Curse, but that's my opinion. And I haven't really seen a lot of it. A lot of people do like the Torment of Scarabs. Not seen a lot of Trespasser's Curses, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. The other win con for that deck, though, is the, I think it's Torment of Sacrifice, maybe? I'd have to hope that I drew into a white. And I don't like those odds. I like these a lot better. I still don't have anything playable, but I have cards that are 2 and 3 mana in the deck, so not that one. Alright, 4 mana. Okay, we're making progress. I may end up taking the Arc of Orzaka out, though. It hasn't really done me any favors. The deck moves a little bit quicker than that, thankfully. There's not a lot of point to it. There's a cat somewhere yelling at me. White Weenie Vampires is fun. That's definitely making some progress. They're quick, they're efficient. They get in there and get the job done and get out. The problem is they're largely creature-based. The only advantage is that having that white base in there allows them to add some exile cards, the Ixalan's Binding, Seal Away. I personally, in this deck, I'm running 2 Settle the Wreckages, which is 2 white, 2 colorless, and exile all attacking creatures. Very handy. Very handy. What I love about playing against White Weenie is I know that I can play cards without worrying about a counterspell coming out. Oh, it's red-white. I was just kidding. What is he playing? Unless he just got a crap first hand. Just seems to be the case here. 6 mana on board. Not a popular tactic, but I'm going to take it and go ahead and sanction that guy. And Lyria. Ooh, hey, he's going to seal my Lyria. Nice. Alright, that's cool. I've got 2 bindings in hand, so not worried about it. Oh, look at that. That's skexy. I like it. Put a prey counter on you. Not indestructible, right? No. Okay, good. And now I'm going to crush you. That was fun. Oh no, that's... yeah. I hate that card with a fiery passion. In case you guys didn't see, that's the Crested Sunmare. Whenever you gain life at your end step, if you gained life, you create a 5/5 horse. And then the Crested Sunmare itself gives all your horses indestructible. That thing's dirty. You get 2 of them out and things start to get weird fast. Really? Okay. That's what you feel like you need to do there, buddy. And even if he does take out the... That was probably for the Sunmare. Even if he does take out the Tetsamok, it won't be that bad. He has managed to give himself a shit pot of life there. We're gonna try and just bash him in the head. And then next turn, Sarah's got Vigilance, which is definitely an advantage in this case. Oh. Hey, look at you. Indestructible. Aren't you fancy? And it's a flyer. Well, this complicates things just a little bit. Let's go ahead and draw a card here. See if we can... Alright. That's a thing. Try and swing in. Force his hand a little bit. He can't just take it to the dome. Oh. Double strike? Double strike. I missed that part. Okay. Well, that was a misplay for me. Oh well. Unfortunately, I only have one Leary in this deck. So, things are gonna get weird. Does he have Vigilance? Yeah, he's got Vigilance too. Son of a gun. Isolated Chapel. Not doing me any good. Oh, I know what I can do. That worked. A spiffy little play there. First win of the day. Woo. Alright, 1-1 with this weirdo angel deck. Oh wait, go here. In case any of you guys care. This is the deck. I am running 2 Baffling Ends, 3 Sealed Aways, 4 Cast Downs, Moment of Cravings, Vicious Offering, and just kind of going through the only real cards that are creatures in here. 2 Angels of Condemnation, 2 Voice of Plenty, 2 Chupacabras. I only have 1 Angel of Sanctions and 1 Lawbringer, which is why I'm only running 1 of each. 2 Sarahs and 2 Tetsamoks. So it's super lightweight on the creatures, and it's basically just I control them until I really need to put more bindings in here, though. Especially with all the... Oops, wrong button. You know what? I don't even know if it'll let me. That change may not take effect until... it won't take effect in the quick constructed, at least. And there's probably a few other cards I can move through to get some things situated in here, but then there's still a lot of cards. I know all of us are missing a bunch of cards. In my case, I think I'm sure there's plenty of people like me that maybe made some poor choices with their wild cards, and I'm completely out currently. I'll try and do some more with some of that stuff later. Actually, Oketra is one of the ones I thought about putting in this deck, just because she's indestructible, she's big and oppressive, and I can just crank out freaking 1/1 tokens The other one, and I actually just got him last night. If I can find him. Where did you go? Come to think about it. Where? Trainer's Torment's really not a bad card. Especially with having lifelinking angels in there, having the moment of cravings to give you life back. I have to experiment with that one. But I got Bantu last night. That's another decent one. I got Bantu last night. Oh, Torment of Hailfire. That's what needs to go in this deck. Whoever Bantu is. He's another one of the God cards are really powerful. And I think I've got 3 Oketras. And they just get really oppressive really fast. I thought, oh, there he is, Bantu the Glorified. A 4/6 with Menace that's indestructible, oof, that's hard to deal with, especially costs 3. Jeez. And then you combine that with Oketra being able to crank out tokens, and you can use his ability to scry and take some of their life, because he can't attack unless a creature has died this turn. So putting those 2 cards together can get very confounding very quickly. I don't know, maybe I'll play with some other deck ideas later. For right now, I need to go back in here. And let's go into game 3. Just for the record, some of you guys making some of these battle tags, get creative, please. Like my name's a D&D character. I know that's not the most creative thing in the world, but the moo. Okay. Oh, here we go. Red deck wins. Let's do this. Getting that weird hiccupy lag thing. Everything kind of slows down. We got first striker, right? Yep, it is. It's also going to die. Strike that. Reverse it. I don't care about your first striker. I do care about your 3/3 trampler. Still nothing to do. It's not worth sealing away, though, because I know he's got Hazaret. And that's what I'm worried about, is your Hazaret. So just to get you to quit attacking me, I'm going to play the Angel. Eat it. It's probably going to Lightning Strike it. Or a Braid it, one of the two. I prefer a Braid when my version of Red deck wins. I think a Braid's more versatile. It deals with the handful of artifact cards that we've seen lately. It'll shut down the Immortal Sun, obviously. It'll shut down... yeah. That was a non-start. Oh, that's right. He's got first strike. I always forget that part. That's why that card really sucks in the case of when you're dealing with the raid. Is you get a 2/2 first striker in there for 1 mana. Oof, that's nasty. Maybe you'd like some of this, you jackwagon. You got another Magma Spray in your hand? Come on, dude. Give me some kind of something. I'll eviscerate the bigger one. I really hate the auto tap feature. And then I'm going to kind of show my hand a little bit. We'll hold here. Chances are he's got either a lightning strike or another magma spray in hand. I'm not running any green in this deck, so I'm not super worried about her right now. Granted, the hexproof is nice, but he'll either have an abrade, magma spray, lightning strike, something. Oh, or that. Gave his pirate double strike. That's fine. I guess we can just play him since the board's empty. Put my land down that I forgot about and let him go. Fire in the hole. Very nice. Combat Celebrant. Not doing you any good, but that's cool. Cool story, brah. Now it's time for you to die. And this is basically how these games go against red deck, is they just come in swinging, and I'll just continue to destroy their creatures. Or I'll lock them up with my various exile enchantments. I've even thought about running... I don't remember the name of the card. It's a white and 2, where it just it exiles target attacking creature. No, not cast down. I don't remember what it is, but anyway, I don't remember why I pulled it out. I think it was just for space. It was just other better things to put in. Puncturing blow. Might just be reaching at this point, because I don't think he's got Hezeret. Hatchling Raptor. Annoying because I don't have trample. Let's see if I get something. Nope. Let's just kill it anyway. I've got 14 life. And he might... Well, actually, chances are he won't attack me. Yeah, we knew you weren't going to attack, dude. Come on. Feels wasteful to throw an Eviscerate at a token. You're going to block. I know you are. You might even block and then shoot me in the face for one, which is what I would do. Yeah. That's cool. Let's keep it moving, buddy. Alright, you conceded. Good. I'm gonna move on to the next thing. Alright, so we're 2-1. I played against this guy before. It doesn't really mean anything since we all play different decks. That's a craptastic hand. Oof. Boy, that is rough. That is significantly better. Oh, yes, please. So, green, which is something that's been very, very present on the ladder. Oh, yeah, that big, nasty son of a gun. Seeing plenty of him. Problem is going to come into play. How fast can I get something together to take that out? Because as of right now, that thing's just going to crush me within 3 more turns. Especially if he plays a second one. Which I think is the way my green deck is set up. Land aren't doing me any favors. That'll keep one of them off of me. Unless he's running a plummet. Ooh. Oh yeah, this game's over. Boy, that's not bad. Turn 5, he's got me down to 7, and I don't even have a response. And this thing's going to start pooping out Sapperling tokens too. Yeah, we're done here. I'll go ahead and give him the honor of killing me or whatever. I don't know, something. Yeah, I tried to give him a GG. Oh well. 2 and 2. Or, yeah, 2 and 2. Yeah, that green deck matchup, I haven't seen one that fast before, but the matchup's normally a little bit better than that. I didn't have my creature destruction in hand to deal with it. And that's the one problem I found with this deck, is if I don't have creature destruction within about the first 2 to 3 turns, I'm pretty much done for. Which is, come to think about it, like most control decks, so... this is slightly better. May be able to do something here. We'll keep it. I am getting to the point where I'm starting to recognize some of the names that keep cropping up. I'm not sure if that's just coincidence or happenstance. What the deal is exactly. But it is good to see that we seem to have some sort of a base of players coming together. Maybe it'll get better. Like, I'm starting to recognize people, their play styles. Black-green. Don't know what he's playing yet, though. Whatever it is, it won't be good. Black-green's very impressive. Still can't play anything. Oh yeah, because I've got 2 Sarahs in hand. But they're 2 white and 3. He's shooting his stuff. I got 4 mana on board. I should have played the Forsaken Sanctuary. That was stupid. Oh well. I guess that'll give me the option to... Ooh, perfect. Give me the option to bind that. Now you don't ever get to play it again. Goodbye, and have a nice day. Thanks for all the fish. Yeah, that would have gotten really bad if I didn't have that binding in hand. She in and of herself doesn't bother me too much, but combined with that Wildwood Walker, or Wild Growth Walker, oof, that had gotten nasty fast. He's not drawing his mana, and actually it seems like all he's drawing is creatures. Which, you know, normally we like that, but in this case, he needs mana. Granted, that the black-green Explorer deck runs off about 4 mana roughly, and they can do some nasty stuff with just 4 mana. But come at me, bro. Come on. We're all friends here. It's fine. Just gonna kill each other's creatures constantly till one of us gives up. Problem is, I've moved into top deck mode really fast. And I'm drawing a bunch of mana. That's another card I need to make that I just haven't gotten around to. Really solid. And there's my settle, so I'll hold on that until he gets a couple of cards together to attack me. I can arguably deal down to about 6 or 7 life before I start getting really concerned. Probably shouldn't be vaping on stream. Probably doesn't look good. But I have my habits. We all have our habits. Another settle. Nice. I do still want to make sure I'm getting value out of the card, though, so I'm going to hold off a little bit on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're good. So hopefully he'll just attack me with all 3 here. Yep, perfect. And I'll just settle. No, I have to target my opponent, because I have so many opponents right now. One of the game mechanics doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I get it, but it's still frustrating. But that does lead me to think that maybe we'll be doing something cool with some kind of nice, some kind of multiplayer or something later. And do some 2-headed giant or King of the Castle or some weird 4-man commander format. It could be a lot of fun. I'm not going to block it. I won't take any damage either. So, obviously can't play the Angel right now. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't afford me anything. Playing a little bit of Pasco. Yay, all the mana. Where are my creatures? Oh my god. Where are my creatures? He's probably thinking the same thing. So much mana. I've got all 4 of my frickin' Forsaken Sanctuaries out. I'll play that. I'll kill it, but, you know, that's fine. He literally has twice the amount of health I do. Easily about as much mana for that matter. I mean, I'd kill it. What are you waiting on? What has he played? Vraska's Contempt, Cast Down, Moment of Craving, and a Chupacabra somewhere in there. Must have exiled it. Oh yeah, I did. Another Chupacabra. That's the lurking one though. Less worrisome by a lot. Oh, she's got Vigilance, that's right. Vile Offering. Just get rid of her. Ah, that's what he was waiting on. Okay. Yeah, we'll end it there. So he's got the Lurking Chupacabra in his hand. Moment of Craving isn't going to do me any good. Let's see what he plays. Branchwalker and what do we got? Enter the Unknown. Alright, cool story. I only have 2 settles, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Just to keep his creatures off the board. This is actually a point where my Arc of Orzhaka would be nice. Exelon's Binding. I can't play that yet. Well, I can, but I'm not going to. Another Branchwalker. Trying to remember if Explore the Unknown is an instant or not. I don't know that it is. I think it's a sorcery. Well, no, you know what? Let's just go into my turn. Exile that. Shalia would be nice right about now, I can say that for sure. Vizier of the Menagerie. haven't seen either of my sealed aways. Endless Sands. That card's probably going to end up coming out. It has its uses. I don't know if he's playing Ronus or not in this deck. Either way, whether he is or not, I've still got sealed aways, which I have to make sure I save for Ronus. Granted, the Vicious Offering will work. Oh, that's right, I've got Baffling Ends too. Granted, Baffling End doesn't work against Ronus, but it'll work against other smaller cards. Path of Discovery. Boy, I wish he'd probably, bet he wished he had that a lot earlier. There's my sealed away. Good. I actually thought about making a white-green Explore deck with basically running Sealed Away and Ixalan's Binding. I don't think there's enough white cards to make it work. Granted, I guess I could just run it largely green, and it's splashing white at that point. Moment of Craving, can't play it. I'm waiting for him to pull a Cast Down or a something. Some black destruction card. Archivore Zaka. Yep. I would be in the same boat. These are the more boring matchups where you're just kind of staring at each other, waiting to draw something in this case. Branchwalker, Double Explorer. There's the first one. There's the second one. Kinda too little, too late. But I'm sure he knows that. And I'm just gonna attack his face and be done with it, instead of messing with him. Oh. Alright, since that's how it's gonna be. He's still fighting. I give him props for that. He hasn't given up. Moment of craving. Granted, that's not in hand, but well, it is now. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. That's fine. We've both burned through a lot of our creature destruction at this point. I'm not even sure what we're doing right now. I am going to attack him though, because I'll seal his Wayfinder. Not sure what he's saving that moment of craving for. Oh, he might be saving it for next turn. He'll get 2 life, go up to 3. I'll only deal 1 damage. Alright, now he's got a 3/4 on the board. Okay. I'm gonna risk it. It might be the wrong move. I'm not sure. I'd like to know where the rest of my angels are, but, you know. Oh, it's converted mana cost of 3 or less. Well, in that case, I thought it was attack of 3 or less. Is it 2? Oh wow, he's down to 9 cards in deck. Boy, he has gone through. I've exiled a ton of his stuff. Oh, that's how it's gonna be. Alright. Okay. Boy, that was the wrong move. Not that he has any way of knowing that. I don't know why the timer's on me for that. Waiting on animations. Oh wow, he had all of them in hand. I should not have used a timeout for that. Now, let's just go ahead and do this. I just hit end turn. Maybe that wasn't the wrong move. This might be my third loss. We might be calling it right here. Kill the biggest one, for starters. Kill Veraska, if I can. We'll have to see how the rest of this goes. He probably thinks he can kill me this turn. Yeah, I bet he thinks he can kill me this turn. It's unfortunate. Yeah, because those guys don't have trample, which is dangerous, to be honest. He has 7 cards left in hand. I'm not even 100% sure what he's going to do. Oh, I know what I'm going to do, though. Alright, I need 6 mana to cast him. Yeah, actually, he probably thinks he's got me dead to rights. Sorry, man. I think what's worse about it is how long it's going to take to kill him because he has so much damn life. Yep, I've still got the 2 black. That would have been my only folly, is if I screwed that up and didn't count my black properly. Boy, I haven't had a game go this long to where six cards left in his deck. And I think I've killed all but one of his. 1, 2. He's got 2 in the graveyard. And 1 in exile. So he's still got 1 somewhere. 1, 2. Oh no, he's got 3 in the graveyard. Need to quit blowing that freaking vape into the camera. It's a nice foggy effect. Why is the timer on me? Like, I know what he's doing, and I don't care. They're not counters, they go away. Unless he's gonna try, oh, he's gonna explore through and try and kill me. Or try and kill that thing at least. Like, I'm getting dinged with the timeouts because of his animations. Okay, he conceded. Holy crap. That was the single longest game I've ever played so far. Alright, we're at 3 wins. I need 1 more win, and then at that point we break even. The cards aren't nearly as good, but you get the 500 gold back, so you're at least at a some neutral, you know. If I lose this next game, though, it's a bit of a loss. You still get 400 gold, and you still end up getting at least 3 uncommons. I mean, hell, I pulled a mythic last night, so try and go through this here. It seems to be the best way to get. You can just run through with like red deck wins and just make some quick gold, get a couple more cards. If you're trying to go largely free to play, they're not doing the free packs anymore on Fridays that they were doing in the previous patch. And I'm guessing that they didn't want to just give money away, which is fine. You know, they're trying to make money too. They're a business. I always say support them with your dollars if you like the game. You know, and if you can't, you can't. You just play for free, and that's fine too because the game's still fun. You throw together some janky meme decks and stupid little tribal decks and just run with it. Need these guys to hurry up though, because I need to get up and get more coffee. Oof, come on, man. All right. Endless Sands, Two Forsaken Sanctuaries, Ixalan's Binding, Cast Down, and Tetsimok, Primal Death. I'll keep it. The 2 Cast Downs will keep me floating for a little bit unless it's red deck. Then I may end up struggling to keep up. The other thing about throwing out the Forsaken Sanctuary first is that they'll think that it's vampires. They'll play a certain way based on that thought process. But it looks like he's doing blue-red. So, you've got the Locust God, you've got the 0/4 Drakes that are nasty. That's weird. Played a Hierophant's Chalice. 3 mana for... Oh, you know what? He's probably playing artifacts. That's not good. That's not good. It could be nothing. I don't know. I haven't played this against an artifact deck. I have a blue-red-white artifact deck that I play for fun, but it's more of a meme deck. Just, I ended up getting Karn in a pack, and it was just like, oh, artifacts, yay, let's do that. That's fun. Played a Field of Ruin. Another Hierophant's Chalice. If he's not playing an artifact deck, I don't know what he's doing. While that's tapped and he's out of mana, because that lets him draw cards. Nope, I'm going to save the binding. Especially that way if he plays Karn, if he plays any of the Planeswalkers. I saw a red, blue, white Super Friends deck, or I guess it's red, white, and blue, where it was just a bunch of Planeswalkers and a bunch of artifacts, and basically they beat my face in with Gideon, which seems messed up, but Sunbird's Invocation, I don't know what that card does. Sunbird's Invocation, a red and 5 colorless enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell from your hand, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. You may cast a card revealed this way with converted mana cost of X or less without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. That seems solid. Just a good, solid card. That also means there's probably not going to be a lot of critters coming through, which is where I struggle with this deck. Tap the chalices for colorless. A red. Golden Guardian. Triggered Sunbird's Invocation. He's revealing Glyph Keeper, Sweltering Sun, the Immortal Sun, and a land. Guardian is a 4/4 defender. You can make it fight another creature. When it dies, it comes back as the Gold Forge Garrison, which lets you pump out golems. It's an artifact deck. It's a good artifact deck. I hadn't seen this one yet. Like, as I'm thinking about it, as soon as Karn comes down, things are going to get weird. That may have to get exiled. It is a defender, so it can't attack. But it has a fight mechanic built into it. With he's got a blue and 3 treasures. It stands to reason that probably runs counter spells. This one might get weird. But if he throws down Karn, having the ability to pull from tomorrow's Sweltering Sun, another island. Can't play the pull from tomorrow. The Sweltering Sun wouldn't do him any good, so. Well, let's say I haven't seen any encounters, though. Either in his hand or because I've seen he's revealed the top couple of cards several times now. Not seeing anything yet. Golden City, Sunbird's Invocation. You get Sailor Amines, the Ark of Orzaka, and an island. Play the Sailor Amines for free. Comes into play with a treasure. May not be running counter spells. What he may be running is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe running a lot of burn instead of counter spells. But all it's going to take is for Karn to come down. As soon as Karn hits the board, I'll know what's going on. There's a spell swindle. Hey, good stuff there. Good job, buddy. Also lets him look at the top 5. Why is my timer going off? He's going to play all 3 of those relics, or Orzaka relics. I don't know, he only played 1 of them. Huh. That's weird. I'd have put all 3 down personally, but that's me. So with the spell swindle, he's got 6 treasure tokens now. Another Sunbird's Invocation. Champion of Wits, couple of lands, Sailor Amines, Secrets of the Golden City, Water Knot. Played a Secret of the Golden City for free, which evidently doesn't. Okay, so I guess when you play him off of the invocation, it doesn't trigger the invocation. Good to know, because that can get into a weird loop. End up drawing your entire deck. Oh yeah, because if you're playing without paying the mana cost, then the mana cost becomes 0. Yeah, makes sense. Got another spell swindle, but that'll go to the bottom of his library because he can't play it right now. It's 8 treasures and 3 Sailors of Means. Yar. I would say he's about out of mana, but he's got 8 treasures up, so he's definitely not out of mana. I'm surprised he's not playing that Champion of Wits. And I moved through too fast. It was something he revealed that I didn't see, but it had a legendary border on it. It looks like he's used both of his timeouts already. Gonna slap me in the face for one. With a sailor of means, yar. Well, the real question is, what do we do from here? Let's play Sarah. And a land. I've got the city's blessing for the Ark of Orzaka now. Not that that matters too much, but... And I know he doesn't care that I'm putting a creature down, because that's not the purpose of his deck. He's trying to get to Karn and play Karn for free off of the Sunbird Invocation. Another Orzaka Relic. What does that do? You can sack it to gain life. There's an Immortal Sun. I mean, it cycles this deck really efficiently without actually pulling cards into hand. But whenever I complete this run here, I'm going to look into that. Water Knot. Enchant creature. Doesn't untap. Okay. Oh, and it taps it when it comes into play. So it taps it and it doesn't untap. Got it. Had I let that that Golden Guardian through, with all the mana that he's got, he would just be constantly cranking out 4/4 golems. And I wouldn't be able to do jack about it. He needs to hurry up, though, with him using all of his timeouts like that. Or he has 0 timeouts left. Oh, Fanker's so weak. That'll leave me with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it'll leave me with 4. Don't mind if I do. Just get rid of one of those guys, get it off the board. They're just annoying at this point. I'm going to play Chalet. Yeah, it used to be that if you gave something hexproof and it had an enchantment on it, it would throw the enchantment off. That evidently is no longer the case. Either that or that's just how we played it back with the Paper Magic days. Don't know. Oh, Hour of Devastation. Nice. Blow the board up. He's got to have a Karn in there somewhere. Champion of Wits. Played that for free. That's going to allow him to draw 2 cards, and then the Hour will trigger, and he'll be able to eternalize it next turn. Granted, the eternalized cost for that's expensive at 7. That's the only reason I don't really like the card, but it is super powerful, so it makes sense. I think he's counting his mana to figure out whether he wants to eternalize the Champion of Wits or not. He's got the mana for it. Now it's going to let him draw 4. He has to discard 1, discard 2. But he's down to 23 cards in deck, 13 in the graveyard, 2 in exile, and a ton on board. I'm just going to blow it up, cast down. Don't know whether he's got a counter spell in hand or not. He's going to go scry for it, though. Well, he's actually, no, he's just scrying. So, just got 7 treasure chests now. Oof. Ridiculous. So he has 22 cards left in deck. I've got 43. But he has a ton of stuff on the board. I've only played one of my bindings. So, plus if I draw a Baffling End, it'll shut down the other, well, it'll at least exile the other Champion of Wits that I can see in his graveyard. And we're just waiting to see what he does. He has no timeouts left, though, so it's one of those things where he's got decisions to make, or else the game's going to time him out. Which is probably one of my favorite features about this, because I hate having to call a judge for slow play, but I have done it before. I've actually lost a game, a best of 3 game at a Star City 5K, and because of the stalling, the guy drew the match to a draw. We went 1-1-1, and it was just enough to bump me out of the rankings. This was a long time ago during Zendikar block. Like, not when we went back to Zendikar, like the first Zendikar block. Long time ago. I was playing this super weird Abyssal Persecutor deck. Nobody knew what to do with it. But that was during, like, Jund. Aggro, like heavy aggro Jund. Which is why me and a friend had concocted that Abyssal Persecutor deck. Just to annoy the crap out of Jund players. I actually did pretty good against Jund. You start to deal with a 6/6 flying trampler with lifelink. He has timed himself out again. I actually wonder if he's having network issues at that point. Nope, he was just letting the clock run. Legendary enchantment, Vance's Blasting Cannon. At the beginning of your exile the top card of your library. If it's a non-land, you may cast it. Whenever you cast a third spell in a turn, transform. Oh, and then he just starts shooting you. Nice. So he is actually not playing a... Stop playing a Karna. He should have Karna in this deck. Just an opinion. And he's got his third spell, so now he has Spitfire Bastion. Which for, looks like a red and 2, does 3 points of damage to any target. Play a Sailor of Means. Got another treasure chest. He does have to tap it though, which makes me wish I had Field of Ruin in this deck. Yeah, he's going to Spitfire Bastion me for 3, of course. And you can't hit those things with anything except for the Field of Ruin because it's a land. I basically stand no chance of winning this game. Unless he just keeps timing out. Alright, attacking with Champion of Wits and the Sailor of Means. Throw a Sealed away. Lock up his Champion of Wits. Throw a cast down. Get rid of the Sailor of Means. He doesn't care because those aren't the primary ways that he wins the game, so it's irrelevant. Eternalize a Champion of Wits. Draw 4 cards. He's down to 14 cards in deck. Spitfire Bastion me for 3. Yeah, this is annoying. Go ahead and tap my Arc of Orzaka, draw a card at the end of his turn. And it was a land. Fancy. I got an Eviscerate. I probably should just let him win, but bad habit. That, and since I'm on stream, I feel like I should just play all the way through and not concede. Doesn't matter because he's spell swindled anyway. Give him a GG and let him take the win. Glyph Keeper Sphinx. So now I know I'm going to take Endless Sands out of this deck. Well, actually, I may not take it out of the deck. But, Moment of Craving. It doesn't do any good. But I'm definitely putting Field of Ruin in the deck, because that's not the first time that I've dealt with really obnoxious land mechanics. I think I've got more than one Field of Ruin. Alright, that was my third loss, so I went 4-3 with this weird angel deck. I still feel okay. Or, no, I went 3-3, not 4-3. So I still get 400 gold back. Hey, let me claim my prize. What are you doing? That's weird. There we go. Oh, look, I got a mythic. 2 uncommons. Let's see what these are. Gerard's Triumph, that's my 4th one there. Pitiless Plunderer. Black and 3. Whenever another creature you control dies, create a colorless treasure. Huh. Interesting. Mythic. Muldrotha, the Gravetide. Haven't found a use for this yet, but I have seen it in a few other decks. There is something up on the launcher now. Or not on the launcher, but on the home screen called a flash event. Let's click it. Do it live. What is it? Flash event. Get a guaranteed Dominaria booster pack just for entering this event. Bring your constructed deck and battle opponents for a chance at even more rewards. Keep playing with that deck until you reach 3 wins or 2 losses. So 0 wins, you get a guaranteed booster. 1 win looks like you're getting a second booster. 2 wins, you're getting some undetermined amount of gold in a booster. And then 3 wins gets you chance for extra gold or booster rewards. It's 200 gems or 1,000 gold. Sign up ends in 23 hours. Let me take a quick break here and turn the stream off for a minute so I can hit a bio break. And then we'll come back and take a closer look at that. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.